Good evening, sir. My name is Utara Chanalaki Ravi. My matrix number is 01DTK20F1080, and this is my mini project demo. And as you can see here, this is the coding for my livestock feeding system. And now let me explain a little bit about what this program does. So as we can see here, the program that shows the temperature 20 degrees Celsius, 20 to 24 degrees Celsius, and more than 24 degrees Celsius. So what does this part do is when we when we change the thermostat later in the simulation, when the temperature is below 20 degrees Celsius, the fan or the DC motor will rotate in a very low speed, and then when it's in 20 to 24 degrees Celsius temperature, the fan speed will rotate in a moderate speed, and then when the temperature is above 24 degrees Celsius, the fan will spin in a very high speed. So that's what these three parts do. And then after that, there is a button that I have provided in the simulation where it will, when you click on it, it will open the feeder and the water valve. So this is the part that I have done for that. And then it will also show in the LED that it is open. So now let's go to the simulation. And before that, let me just show you the build. So when I build it, it's successful. So now let's go to the simulation. So as we can see here, this is the demo for my project, and this is a simulation that I've done for the project. So let's start the simulation right now. So as you can see here, I have set the temperature sensor to 14 degrees Celsius, which is below 20 degrees Celsius. As you can see, the fan is actually rotating in a slow speed. And then once I increase the temperature to 21, which is the temperature which requirement is 20 to 24 degrees Celsius, the motor will spin in a moderate speed. And finally, if I set it more than 24 degrees Celsius, the temperature, as you can see in the LCD, shows more than 24 degrees Celsius, and that makes the fan rotate in 100% speed. So now I'm going to explain a little bit about the water valve and the feeder switch. So when I turn on the switch, what will happen is the feeder and the water valve should light LED because I'm substituting the valve with LED, so it is more easier to be explained and shown. And now let me click on the button. So as we can see here, when I clicked on the water valve and feeder switch, the LCD shows that the feeder and water valve is open, and the LED for feeder and water valve is now open. And this process should take around 30 seconds for it to shut down on its own. So while this is happening, the temperature, if I set it to 17 degrees Celsius, the fan will still be rotating in 100% speed until the 30-second ends. And as you can see now, when the temperature goes below 20 degrees Celsius, the process of the fan that was in 100% will change to 17 degrees Celsius speed, which is low. And finally, as you can see here, there's a reset switch where if I click on the reset switch, it is like an emergency stop and it will stop all the process that is going on. Let me show you the example of it. So when I clicked on it, let me just turn on the feeder. So everything is now working, and when I press on the reset switch, everything's down. The fan shuts down, the LED for the feeder and water valve shuts down, and the one thing that will show is the LCD, and it is showing the last thing it was processing. And after I press the reset switch, I can't turn it back on. So that is all for my demo explanation. Thank you very much, sir, for your time.